Stop. You get like to stare at someone and go. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are live right now. So,
Okay.
welcome to the 3 Media Junkies podcast. My name is Austin Bajkar.
I'm Luke Gordon.
And I'm 100.
And how do you guys feel that this is the very first episode of the most famous podcast in existence? How do you
Famous? I don't know about that.
I'm glad that our brainchild is finally
Yeah.
developed.
feel? Yes.
I love
I'm-
working on big projects like this.
Yeah,
We're-
really
just
happy
remember,
about
it
this.
was only like 2 weeks ago that this idea literally
Mhm.
formed. Just because we had a conversation, I don't know.
I remember what the conversation was, but we probably shouldn't talk about it on
Yeah.
Yeah,
podcast.
it was very weird, but
It was funny.
yeah, it was funny.
And-
That's why it.
I also think about this sometimes about how like I like the idea of a podcast. It's fun.
Yeah, and
I never found the right people.
I've
It's
never,
it's almost like a
thought
form
of-
of form of therapy if you think about it. Like you get to talk and spill
Mhm.
your guts on the
Mm.
podcast.
Yeah. And if
Yes.
anyone wants to
Yes.
listen, they can.
Exactly. But if no one does,
That's
that's
okay
okay too.
Yes.
Because we
It's
got we got each other.
And can we talk about the worst part about creating this entire thing, which is what we just went through with creating the name.
The name.
Yeah.
That was so bad.
Oh my gosh. We sat here for
Three-
a good hour.
3 Media Junkies. That's what we landed
Mhm.
on. Okay.
Yeah, please
After
understand.
like hours
Yes.
of like doing this, we finally landed one, and I think it's actually
Because
pretty
there's
good.
3 of us, and we like media, and we're
Uh-huh.
junkies
Well, it came
for
with
it.
we're junkies first, and you just
Yeah.
counted from there.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first
But
word we came up with.
it's-
We had so many different names. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
I like the word the though.
Yeah, we learned that Hunter really wants the
Every
word
time we add
the
I love
in the,
the word
in the
the.
title of the yeah. But anyways,
All right.
Yeah.
are you guys ready to get into today's
Enough
topic?
jibber-jabbering.
Let's get into the topic.
Alright, so today we have a very simple first episode topic. I think it's the most simple we could get for not knowing how to run a podcast at all.
Mhm.
And yes,
And it's
and it is the video game tier list because we're all nerds here, right? We
Yes,
can establish
sir.
that.
You will
And
probably see that from our logo
And our
Yes.
description.
and our
yes.
description.
We all love video games. It's probably the main core of why we started this in the first place.
And how we really got to know each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that is true because, we did talk mostly about
Yeah.
video games outside of school and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So today we have video game tier list. I believe it was 8 games total
Yeah,
for
8 games
everybody.
each, 8 games
So
each.
that rounds up to 24 games. Adds up, not rounds up.
You got it,
It
24.
adds
Good
up
job.
to
I was
24
checking
games.
your math in my brain.
Yeah, adds up to 24 games. I didn't do any math in my head. I just remembered that it was 24 games total.
Needs.
Yeah, I'm not. What?
Didn't do any math.
I totally did the math. Anyway, yeah. So we have 24 games here. Eight of us each chose what we thought.
8 of us.
Well, no, each of us chose 8. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, the 8 of us all.
Stop nitpicking me,
Okay,
Hunter.
I'm sorry.
I mean Luke.
It's
Your
okay.
name's Luke.
It's okay,
I
yeah.
said your name was
Get
Hunter.
confused.
I
Yeah.
forgot your name for a second.
Hunter
Okay.
has deeper voice. I have the annoying voice.
Exactly. Okay, I totally know these people. So.
I have no idea who any of these people are.
Okay. So.
Tier list.
Each of us chose 8 games, and we all think that every game we chose deserves to be S tier, of course,
Mhm.
because it's the best of the best. It's also a lot of games, so there's a chance this could get split into 2 parts,
Yeah.
possibly, depending on where we land. But no game that's on any tier below like S tier we actually think is that quality of a game. It's just comparative to every other game that's on the tier list. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
We just have it compared to our tastes, and they may not be the best games on the entire world because you guys may have different opinions on what we have.
Yeah.
Because I think my games are pretty good to me. They think their games are pretty good to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep. Okay. So I think you explained that concept very well. Thank you,
Yeah.
Hunter.
Could we see the tier list?
Yeah, it's blank.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But like
Yes.
as we're doing it. I would
Oh
like to-
yeah, I'll spin it around. I don't want to get too much noise.
Spin it around.
Okay, so if you guys ever need reference or you're like, I don't know where to put this compared to the others, just tell me. I'll show you the tier list.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the listeners don't understand this, but the way we're sitting, they can't see the computer
I
screen.
think
but
we should. I
can.
think we should start off with a game that we all know.
Yeah. So so that moves on to the next concept of this. I'm just going to be choosing random games, whichever one I feel like is going to be interesting and want to talk about next. I'll just choose it. So I do have a little bit of leadership in this, which I like.
Yeah.
I hate.
So-
I mean,
I hate your leadership in this.
We
I
might
really hate
also
that.
we might have different people. Like, one day I might make a tier list or run an operation.
Yeah.
And,
And if you guys have a game, you're like, let's talk about this one next because we're already talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it or
yeah.
something.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. If there's a clean transition,
Yeah.
we'll do that.
So then we'll just move to that game. But right now, I'm going to choose a random game, and we're going to figure out where we want it. Don't be too jumpy to be like, oh yeah, S tier.
Yeah.
You gotta think about all the other games that are also on the list.
Can't do this like Moist Critical does.
So I think this might be an easier one, and I definitely know who chose this game. We're gonna start off with Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Okay,
here we
that
go.
was my game of choice.
Yes.
One of my top choices, actually.
So explain to us what made you want to put that on the list?
It's just a game me and my friends enjoy playing because enjoy is a word I like to use.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a team strategy or team-based strategy game where you have 5 people on one team, 5 people on the other team. Each
Mhm.
team has characters with special abilities, as some people may know if you play Siege.
Okay.
And it's really just a really fun game if you have people that actually have logic in the game. And
Yes.
most of the time, I do not have those lots of teammates usually. But
Hey,
me and
someday
I'll have those.
Someday
Yes.
I'll figure out how to do this.
Yeah, they're not like the teams that I get. Like other than my friends, like my friends like are good, and I'm okay at the game. And our teammates or random teammates are usually bleh. Sometimes they're better than us. Sometimes they're.
Okay, so the thing is, this is obviously a game that only you know about.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it. I don't know how much
I
you
know a little bit about it. I learned this about my dad this morning. My dad loves Rainbow Six.
Okay.
I don't think he's played Siege, but he played the old one for like his PlayStation or something.
Vegas.
Like the
Maybe.
original, like the first one.
Oh yeah.
And he was explaining it to me this morning, and I was like, oh wow, that actually sounds like what Hunter talks about
Yeah.
all the time.
So since Hunter, you're the only one that really out of us knows this game. This is the interview process where I'm gonna ask you, what do you do in this game? Because I don't know.
You have to. It depends on which like game mode you're playing. If you're playing ranked, there's only bomb, and you have to protect the 2 bombs that are there. And there's the enemy team, the attackers, have a diffuser, and they have to push into the place and plant a diffuser, or you can kill all of the defenders.
Got it.
But if all the defenders are still alive, or if all the attackers are dead and the diffuser's planted, the defenders have to find the diffuser. If they don't find the diffuser in time before it is gone, or before it's done diffusing the bomb, you lose the game. But if you can, you can still win.
Got
That's
it.
actually pretty good.
That sounds like a good
That's pretty-
gameplay
yeah.
loop.
Yeah.
I like
think.
that, yeah. And there's like many. I mean, I've seen some of your live streams, and there's many different. Like,
I didn't even know
Yeah.
you. I didn't even know you live streamed.
Yeah, I
Hunter.
live stream sometimes.
Do you live stream a lot?
Not a lot. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay. Okay. Well, you have the most authority in the matter
Yes,
with
yes.
this game. So.
And think about the other games that are on the tier list.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
And it's also the first game, so we
First
can change the tier list as we go
Yeah,
if we
yeah.
need to. So.
Are we gonna do the
I personally
further
think-
left it is, the better it is? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the further left it is on whatever tier is how good it is in that tier as well. So
Okay.
its place in that tier.
Why don't we?
So what do you think, Hunter?
I would say S tier, but it's. I'm gonna go with A tier because I know there's gonna be a lot more games that I like more than
Okay.
Siege, even though it is like one of my top favorite games.
Yeah.
When I'm not like
Mhm.
obviously annoyed with the people that are playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a good game. It's a good like, not S tier, A tier game that you can play with your friends.
Okay. And
Yeah.
compared to a lot of the other games on here,
Oh yeah.
it's online, no story, right?
Yeah.
There's
there is story
A
to it,
campaign.
Okay.
but like there's not a campaign. It's like
is it like the Fortnite story where like stuff is happening?
kind of basically.
Okay.
There's no like live events or anything like that. It just
Okay.
like there's just like cinematics at the beginning of the season,
Oh,
and then
okay.
that's
I got
basically
it.
that's basically the extent of the story.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Well. All right.
Yeah.
That's almost the exact opposite of another game that we'll get to.
Yeah,
Honestly, which is kind of funny to me.
most of the games that we have on here.
Which
are
game-
Story games.
Which game are you talking about, Luke?
there.
No, that's a clean transition. What game are you talking about?
We're gonna talk about Toby Fox, but
Oh, well,
I'm not ready to ramble yet.
you're not ready for Toby Fox
No.
yet.
Why don't we get the big one out of the way?
Which one
we
is that?
all like, that we all know.
Okay, well.
And this is where we come into the game.
I
thought
wait,
you were
wait,
gonna-
wait, wait,
I
wait.
thought you were gonna start with this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought you were gonna.
Maybe I should have, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's
I thought Rainbow Six was an easy one
I mean,
to start
yeah.
with. So let me make it clear: Rainbow Six A tier. As long
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't conflict with any any other rankings that we do later on or whatever.
Yes.
So next up, I'm pretty sure this is one of our options where it's franchise based, not game based, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just like the first game; it's the entire franchise.
Of course.
Until
Five Nights
Security
at
Breach.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Let's go.
Obviously one of the most infamous video game franchises.
Infamous.
It's pretty
Infamous,
You know
yeah.
what infamous means?
What,
Famous for the wrong reason.
is it famous for the wrong reason?
Well,
Why
it's about-
why is it famous?
Debatable.
Yeah,
because
why is it famous?
a lot of people like it and a lot of people don't because some of the fan base is. I don't want to offend anyone. Obviously, I'm not trying to.
The
be
fan
that
base
guy.
is weird sometimes. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I just think the storytelling is top notch. It
Right.
tells the story in the perfect way. I feel like, and Scott Cawthon's genius. I don't understand how someone can make that. You know what I mean?
And this is also a game where I don't want to say it's similar to Rainbow Six Siege, but in the aspect that the lore isn't like up in your face, up front.
But it's
You
definitely
see.
more of a
It's-
lingering presence.
Yeah, especially as the franchise goes on, as you get into later games, the story is much more heavy, I feel like. And they try to make you understand it more, I feel like, as the games get on. Because I'm talking...
Or less.
Yeah.
Security Breach.
I'm mostly
think-
talking about Pizzeria Simulator, because
yeah.
that was the most cinematic out of them, in my opinion.
I think the thing I do like about the older ones, like the first few games, is like after every single night there was like a little game you played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the second one had the ones where you would die and that would come up, and then the
Yeah,
third one had one
yeah,
after. Everything.
that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there was like little games you played that showed the lore of the actual story with.
But it was like, who's the purple guy? You know what I mean? Like who is
Yeah.
that? And then he was like,
And I
oh,
also-
he's
I
the
also-
one in the bunny costume.
I also...
like, sorry.
Sorry. I also do want to talk about Pizzeria Simulator specifically, because I have a very huge agenda, which means I don't like it. The gameplay loop of the actual... I'm not talking about the simulation of like the little 8-bit little... I love building the restaurant and all that stuff. That's awesome. But the actual gameplay, like the nights, I think is horrible.
Compared to the other FNAF games, it feels really taken away and like draggy.
And I don't like that you don't see
Yeah,
anything.
I know.
And it's just noise based, which was
Mhm.
a big gripe with FNAF 4, but at least then you could see stuff.
And at least FNAF 4 was like interesting.
especially.
Yeah.
You were just in an office and I had vents around you. And also the jump scares in 6.
And I also found Pizzeria Simulator to be the most difficult in my
Because 4
experience.
was the one with the with just Springtrap, right?
No, that's 3. 4 is when we were in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, 4 is with all the
3
nightmare
is, okay,
animatronics.
Oh yeah.
I think 4 was terrifying though.
I think 4 was. I mean, that one is also highly debated. This is something that we could go into for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not ranking the games, we're just ranking the
I know, we just gotta
franchise.
talk about it. Because I think that we need to bring up Security Breach because I think that kind of...
I hate Security Breach. Let me just put
Austin
that
has
out
a pretty
what I
hot
was
take on
going
it.
with. That's what I was trying to go with whenever you were just talking about like the game was going to go from the first one to Security.
Yeah,
Breach.
so,
Yeah.
so
How did we get
obviously for anybody that doesn't know, Security Breach is the most recent one. And
It just got a DLC recently. Which is-
yes. And I don't know if it's because it's modernized or what, but it does not feel like a FNAF game to me.
It's broken.
I do like Freddy though.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy in that game is sick.
I think the
You're my
characters...
you're my little superstar.
The characters have a lot of more like personality.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
nice, but it doesn't look good and it just feels so janky.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I actually really like Security Breach. It's actually one of my favorites because I just really like the concept of exploring a giant pizzaplex and all these mechanics and still the fear of running from animatronics. It just isn't. It's a good game. It's not a good FNAF.
I do like the concept. I think an open world FNAF game is really cool, and that's why I love a lot of the fan games. Those are great.
Yeah, there were some really good ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think an open world FNAF game is a really cool concept. I just think the company just didn't execute correctly.
Yeah,
William
definitely.
William Afton is one of my favorite villains of all time. Probably is my
They
favorite.
they really did bad with him.
Yeah,
at
they
that
ruined
one.
him. With
Yeah, I
Burns
heard-
Rat.
They
I don't, like I said, I didn't care at all about the story, but I heard that his story was pretty much butchered by that game.
Yeah, they barely even they mentioned him, but like it was so like very few.
And
They
he's-
mentioned him in the game.
Yeah.
And he's not a good character that you want to mess up, you know.
Even
Yeah.
the DLC, like even in the DLC, they barely even talked about him. They mostly just they had William Afton, but they had Glitch Trap. It was just Glitch Trap, which was like the main villain.
And I didn't mind Glitch Trap, like the VR game. I thought was actually really cool. I didn't mind Glitch Trap as much, but Burn Trap was just like, hell yeah, he always comes back. We get it.
Also, like Roxy, the death in that game, the DLC.
Yeah.
So good. I loved it. Like
I really
I'm sad that she died, but I loved it because it's like she realizes that it wasn't like Gregory and it was Cassie, and she's like Cassie, and she's like, I feel so bad. I didn't mean to do this to you. Blah 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 blah. And then it's like she's just dying, and you're like, you have to like stick the thing in her eye. You're like, I'm so sorry.
It's such a cool.
It's so sad.
They added so much character to Roxy, which I love.
And the fact with the also the ending of the DLC is like kind of good because it's like the voice of Gregory, but it's not actually Gregory. It's that
mimic.
It's the mimic, yeah. And it was just crazy. And then you actually contact him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. Bye bye."
Yeah.
Boop, and just elevator crash, and you. Oh.
Yeah.
I also barely know anything about the DLC, by the way.
We
So
kind
I
of
really
off into the side.
but it's fine because I was gonna watch Mark play it, but I just never really got around to it. I wasn't that interested in it, so I was just, I don't know.
Let's
Also,
let's give a rounding opinion because we need to wrap this section
Well,
up.
hold on.
I want to say
yes.
the daycare part of DLC was so much better than the first
I
one.
agree.
The DLC daycare part was so much
And
better than the just the normal
The
security.
best
breach.
sequence in the first security breach was the Music Man part for me when he was
Oh
going
yeah,
around
Music
and-
Man.
Let's also get this
Slaps.
out before we rank the franchise. What is your guys' favorite game in the
Okay,
franchise?
yeah, let's do that because we definitely going to talk about FNAF more in this podcast.
Mine-
so get used to it.
Mine is probably very weird, and you're probably gonna be like, what? But FNAF 2 is my favorite.
That's not weird. Everyone loves that game.
Okay,
Me
thank you.
too. I like FNAF 2, right?
I love
It's-
the difficulty. I think it's just difficult enough to where it's not too difficult. I beat all the way up through like night 6 in that game.
Oh really?
Yeah, so
Oh, let me reiterate also. I haven't played any of these games, but that's okay because it's one of those games where playing it is probably part of the experience, but you can also get a lot out of just like learning the story and keeping up with the lore.
right, and
So
watching
yours is-
everybody play it.
What's your favorite?
Oh, my FNAF game.
Yeah.
But probably also 2 because I really like the puppet, honestly. But also because 2 just has a really complex gameplay loop that's really well thought out. It has like the most animatronics out of all of them, and I really like the puppet. Now I gotta keep saying that. 'Cause
You go ahead. You go ahead.
I think mine's like the weirdest take because I think I really do like 4.
Mhm.
4 is like good. It's like it's like not like the best. It's to be in my opinion, it's my favorite one because it's actually like the scariest one.
Yeah.
Because like obviously the other ones are scary, but like they're
I
not.
respect that. I do like the environment in that
Because
game.
like you're you're thinking about it. You're like, oh yeah, I'm in my bedroom, and you're thinking like you can think about it. Like if you're like a kid and you're watching someone play that, and you're just sitting there like, you could be terrified of all like anything because like that could possibly happen. Like I mean, obviously it's not gonna happen, but you're in your brain. You're like,
and it's little details that I remember about that game that make it so terrifying. Like I remember just like the dog barking out in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That was horrifying to me. I don't know why.
It's like, why is a dog here when there are terrible monsters coming to kill me?
Yeah, and it's like, what is the dog barking at? It's just like
also,
yeah.
The way it like engages like how like a child thinks about
I was
it.
that kid, by the way.
Because like how Foxy is inside the closet, or there's like something underneath your bed. Cause like there's something there's
on your bed.
Yeah. Well, no, I think there's something
The
else.
Freddles sit on your bed.
Yeah, the Freddles, yeah.
I can't remember if there was something underneath the bed or on top of the bed. It's been
to an extent, the Nightmare Beyond in the VR game is under your bed, but that's
but well, that's the
another
VR
story.
version. But yeah, like I like it a lot because like it extends the fear like of like how a child would see it and how a child would perceive it instead of like just oh yeah, it's an adult perceiving it all. Like I like the take of it being different from the other games.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I think we all know
It's one of the most well-known franchises of all time that's had a few bumps in the road, but I still think it's S tier.
I think it's.
I will agree. I think we all. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if FNAF ends up the highest on this list.
I mean, it's awesome.
It doesn't have to, but
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does. We'll see when we cross that bridge, but I agree. I think it should go in S tier at least for now. And it's all the way on the left right now because it has no competitors yet. But yeah, I think S tier is fitting for it. And are you guys ready to
I
move
think
on
that was
to?
going to be our
Yeah,
longest
let's
talking
do the next
segment.
one, yeah.
I think that was going to be our longest talking
We'll have a
segment.
fun half dedicated episode, I'm sure.
Yes,
And the
we-
movie's coming out soon.
Well, yeah,
the,
we gotta-
the
we gotta-
movie. We will have an episode about
I
that.
think what we
Just
should
tomorrow
do
with
is we
myself.
should talk about the entire like from 1 to Security Breach. You have to watch the DLC.
Yeah, it's good.
But we
I
have
will.
to do one like from 1 to Security Breach and like
And
podcast.
before we do that, I'm gonna get all my knowledge up. I'm gonna watch like a
Exactly.
timeline video or something to get
I will. I'll
more.
send you one. That's
Okay.
Send us all one because I can't remember
Yeah.
the exact timeline. And
There's
then
one that's really
once we
good.
do that, we'll make an entire podcast episode about it. And then once the movie comes out, we come
Yeah.
out with an entire.
That's a good idea.
But
Yeah.
you got. They're not supposed to know this. Forget about it.
This isn't real.
It's okay.
This isn't real.
Yes.
This is actually a simulation.
Forget
right now.
Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually a simulation.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Do the next game.
next game. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try and I haven't thought about what game to do next, but I'm gonna try and find a good one here. I want another generalized one that
I got one.
we all
Want me to
know.
tell you.
Sure.
Cuphead.
All right.
We've all played that game.
Yes, we can talk about Cuphead next.
Okay. We should do. I feel like we should have done an awesome game.
It's okay.
What do you? Yeah, it's fine.
He doesn't mind.
I'll do one next.
I asked him.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't, but you know. Screw you, Luke.
Okay,
Actually,
sorry.
now,
Screw you, Luke.
now that I
Alright,
think about it,
Alright,
no,
alright,
I'm just
alright.
kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. Anyway, we can do Cuphead next.
Mhm.
Don't deal with the devil.
Yeah,
Just had to throw that in there.
This is how me and Hunter, I think.
This
well,
is how
okay,
me and
I
you
still
became
remember the
good friends.
first interaction I had with Austin was talking about what the hardest boss was. Because this is when I had just started playing the game and I was nearing equal health.
Are you talking about the first interaction this year or first interaction ever? Really?
And me
Okay.
and Hunter talking, it's like, what's the
What
hardest
was
boss?
our
And you were behind
first-
me and you go, I think it's the devil. And then we just like started talking.
I remember that. Now
Yeah.
that you say that,
I
yeah.
think our first interaction wasn't about Cuphead. I think it was about like other like we were just like when we were
I
running.
forget how we met because it was back in 7th grade. But we're not getting into that.
Yeah.
No, it was
It's
during
about
class-
Cuphead,
Yes.
the game where you shoot cool things and it's in like 1920 style. Now I'm probably the biggest Cuphead nerd here because I have
Yeah.
literally all the merchandise. I have all
You're
the
the-
Pop heads. I have
yeah.
the art of Cuphead. And I beat the game
I
300%.
haven't
Luke-
really beat the game yet.
Luke is the king of Cuphead,
Mhm.
at least out of the three of us.
He's
King
Mr.
of-
He's
Yes.
Mr. King
Of Cuphead.
Dice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but we've all played it. And all in
Yes.
DLC too.
Yeah.
Have you played the DLC?
I haven't played
not.
much of it, but I've
Ooh,
watched.
I
It's
haven't
the best
played
part
the
of the
DLC.
game.
Really?
I've
Yeah.
watched everything about it, so I know.
Okay.
Nice.
I also can't remember most of the bosses' actual names.
That's okay.
but-
I'm here.
Yes.
I hate
Screw you.
Okay, so I really like Cuphead. It's one of those games where it's so like it's such a cliche that it's hard that it doesn't actually make me mad. And let me
Yeah.
explain that out of the three of us, I probably rage the most
I
out
don't
of,
know about
of you.
that.
You think you rage more, Hunter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
Hunter-
definitely do.
Maybe Hunter does.
I've heard Hunter rage.
It,
At Mario Party.
it
We
has-
played Mario Party together, and Hunter got so mad.
it has to be a very specific type of irritation where like I'm so close and then I just fail somehow, like
Mhm.
either stupidly or by my own actions. It doesn't matter. I'll still be out the game for it. But yeah, it's a game. Cuphead is a game that I didn't ever really get mad at because I was like,
Because you knew it was hard.
Yeah, it was
And you
supposed
beat it all
to
the
be
way
that
through,
hard.
right?
I did play it all the way through. I beat it. It only took me like
It's a short game.
maybe like a week.
Also,
At
the
most.
soundtrack is. We're gonna get video game music here. It's
Yes.
one thing to listen to, but the soundtrack is my favorite soundtrack ever.
It is an amazing soundtrack.
Yes.
But back to like the rage thing. I have a big determination complex. Like whenever I get something, I don't really get mad. I just like go in complete silence and just stare at the screen until I do it.
You do,
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
that.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay. So, out of us, I think Luke definitely rages the least. He's a happy
I've
fellow.
never raged. I
He's
Yeah.
a little happy little camper. And
Yeah.
he hates it so much.
I wish
I'm a
I had.
trooper.
I wish I had the Luke stuff. Just
The-
Luke everything.
that determination complex. Yes, I wish I had
Are
that.
you segueing?
I'm trying. I'm trying to segue, but okay, we haven't really talked about this one too much. So let's talk about your favorite bosses. Try to exclude DLC because I don't know what any of the bosses are in the DLC.
I like.
Chef Saltmaker.
So I was gonna say
Yeah.
Chef
Okay, let's
Saltmaker.
go. We won't talk about DLC. Favorite boss in Cuphead? It's not King Dice.
I like Blippi.
Beppy the Clown?
Yeah, that,
That's my favorite song.
That's a good one.
I
I
like
do.
that.
I
I
like
think the
that
final
one.
phase where
he
it's just
makes
like-
me so mad though.
The best shot is by far the crack shot, which you haven't used yet. 'cause
Nah,
of
you
DLC.
stupid.
Yeah.
Spread shot is close.
I think we should talk about the best our favorite boss and favorite shot.
Shot, well, we already did.
Well, yeah.
What's your favorite shot?
Well,
I
it's
think
been
mine's-
a while, but
Mine's spread in its ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
I always I usually use spread as well.
We should do a thing where we all play Cuphead together, like we rotate
Yeah.
or something. But anyway,
Yeah.
But
I think the best boss is probably, in my opinion, I really like what's his name? Dr. Call's robot. Junkyard Jive.
I hate
in
that
It's
this
hard.
this is more of a like personal like how I play games, especially in games like Cuphead, or Dark Souls. We'll get into that later though.
yes.
Specifically in very hard games like this, I tend to be the kind of player where I just completely stack my health as much as possible and then just tank through the fight.
Do you know? Because it drains your health. It drains your attack power, though.
That's
fact.
that's
That's
why.
why you keep dying.
Yeah,
never
exactly.
use health
That's
potions.
my curse. It's like I can't not upgrade my health a crap
Mm-hmm.
ton,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like it also is detrimental
You should
to.
force yourself to use smoke
That's how
bomb.
bro plays
That's true.
Dark Souls. You just gets health
Yeah.
all the way to max, don't you?
Not all the way. I get it pretty far, and then once I'm like mid game, no, we're not talking about Dark Souls.
Yeah.
No,
We'll get there.
yeah.
We'll do that next.
Cuphead.
Yeah.
Cuphead. Just like in
That's
Cuphead,
what
I got. I'm pretty sure you can add like health, like a
Yeah.
heart, right?
Oh, there is a glitch you can do in the game. Well, not really a glitch. It's part of the game where you do like a certain
You spin around on the map.
frequency. You
and
do like a
Really?
frequency
the
of
genie
like
comes
things.
down and gives
Yeah.
you health.
Is it like a glitch that's supposed to be in the
Yeah,
game?
there's a glitch that's supposed to be in the game. You
They
have to.
animated the whole glitch.
But you're supposed to have like a. You're already supposed to have a hard canister on. I'm pretty sure.
So it's more of an
Thing on.
Easter egg than it is a glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
Easter.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that game has a lot of things like that. Little
Oh, there's
NPCs,
there's
ARs and
another
stuff.
there's another game on here that has a lot of Easter eggs, but we'll get to that, of course. Luke doesn't look very amused.
No, I know. I'm not. I feel like I'm being teased. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
What do you
anyway,
think? I think probably high A tier.
High.
I don't know if I'd put it at S tier. It definitely, there was a point in my life where I would have put it at S tier, but it's a game that defines me that I'm super, like,
So
insane
far-
with.
compared to FNAF, is it S tier?
No.
But you know what? It might be S tier under FNAF. But it's such a part of me, but also I hesitate to put it in S tier because you guys, it's not as much as you guys. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say A tier, but below Rainbow.
I'm fine with A tier.
A tier.
Anywhere A tier.
You're okay
Mine's
with
below.
okay.
Mine's below Rainbow. With
Yeah, mine's probably above Rainbow because I never played it. But
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously.
Okay.
If you want to put it above Rainbow, whatever.
I think-
it's like I'm the only one who
It's
has the
awesome,
opinion of it
but
being
yeah.
below.
I think I'm going to put it above Rainbow Six
Okay,
Siege.
that's okay because you both have the opinion of it
Mhm.
being above, and I
it's
have
a
Yeah.
majority
of it
thing.
being
It's
below.
not just
Yeah,
a
it's-
100 thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a majority thing, so I will put it above. Maybe if I had more experience with Rainbow, but unfortunately I just don't have.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
experience.
understandable.
That's okay.
I
So
get that.
so far we have FNAF at the very top, king of the tier list right now.
course.
And then below it, Cuphead in A tier, and
Mhm.
Rainbow Six right behind it in A tier as well. Okay, so last time you said we should do a game that's mostly me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I have the perfect one for that. I'm so glad we can get this one out of the way. Red Dead Redemption 2,
There you
baby.
go.
We're
I knew it was
doing
coming.
we're doing Red Dead 2.
So I know a little bit. I don't know everything about it.
So let's get this on the forefront here. This is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
So not just on the tier list, but actually all time. This is my favorite game. I'm very passionate about it.
Uh-huh.
I'll take any criticisms you have. I have a lot
The
of
game-
criticisms
No, I
about it
mean,
as
The
well.
game absolutely sucks. The story,
Okay.
the
well,
way they killed Arthur Morgan makes me mad.
Yeah. It was spoilers, by the way.
Oh yeah, probably should have prefaced this. We can
Whatever.
add something at the beginning.
There will be
Well,
spoilers.
listen, the game's been out for so long.
Yeah.
So like, if you're not like, if you haven't like, it's also the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So if you just play the game, you're
If-
like, oh, basically dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason I love the game so much is because I'm a sucker for good storytelling, and obviously most of the games, I'm probably gonna exclude Rainbow in this, but most of the games on here so far have really good storytelling.
Yes.
Rainbow doesn't really have a good storytelling.
Yes, so that's why
Would you say it has better storytelling than Five Nights at Freddy's?
I would say
Five Nights at Freddy's is more creative with how it includes its storytelling.
I feel like FNAF just sucks you in so hard.
It
though.
does, but
Mhm.
if you're just playing the game and you're
Mhm.
like, I don't want to watch a whole ton of videos about this
Yeah.
video game,
Yeah.
it's like, that's why I feel like Red Dead's not as creative,
It's more
obviously.
accessible.
And I, personally, I've had more of an investment in the story
Mhm.
because I get invested into, like, real big character-driven stories.
Mhm.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
I love character-driven stories, and that's why I love this game more than literally any other game that exists right now. And I honestly don't know if that'll ever change. I've thought about it, and I
mean, RDR3's coming out eventually. It's in the works.
Yeah, maybe when I'm 40 years old, I'll Are you okay, Hunter?
Sorry, man. I just have a cough.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
It's directly your fault. Honestly.
What would it be? All right,
my body's fault. That's what it is.
Okay.
Not mine.
Okay, so we don't want to rank it yet. I want you guys to talk about your experiences with the game because I've gotten so close to getting the platinum trophy for the game, but it is probably the hardest platinum trophy ever. Just because
is it a hard game?
It's not a hard game at all. But getting all the achievements, all the trophies, everything, 100%ing the game. You also have to get online trophies for the platinum, which is the main reason why I'm done. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Because Red Dead Online, that's a whole other can of worms. But I
hate.
They abandoned it completely. We're not gonna get into it, but Red Dead Online sucks. What we're talking about is Red Dead's story mode.
Yeah, got it.
So obviously, I know pretty much everything there is about the game. Probably. What did you guys?
Are we going based off the story or based off the entirety of
everything? Your experience with the game.
If we're gonna go story, I would say A. If we're going with everything about the game, probably like a low A, maybe B.
Okay.
Low A, high B.
I will say my main criticism with the game, and this is kind of Rockstar in general. Rockstar being the company that made the game, of course. They've also made GTA 5, which we'll get into later.
Which he'll get into later because I have no opinions on it.
Yes. Rockstar has a very outdated very outdated gameplay mechanics, in my opinion. Very outdated gameplay mechanics.
I'm shaking my head real hard.
Yeah, the graphics are great and everything, but the actual gameplay loop is very...
They're stuck in the past.
Barbarish compared...
Barbaric?
Whatever the word
Stop
is,
talking.
barbaric.
Sorry, I keep doing that.
Yeah, so... It's definitely a much more vintage gameplay loop. What are you talking about?
Which sometimes is a good thing.
It is, in terms of like Cuphead, obviously.
Well, yeah, but that's vintage in its style, not in its gameplay.
Yeah, that's more of a style.
Well, what is gameplay?
Yeah.
Contra.
Yeah.
But anyway, my experience with Red Dead is I think the logo is very cool. So I think A tier probably.
A tier? Okay.
Yeah.
That's your...
I've never seen a single bit of gameplay. I don't even...
So you don't know
it's Western. And I know it's like a gun shooty game.
Thank you for bringing up the Western, because that also plays a big part in why I love the game so much. Is because Western is like my favorite genre in like film and video games in general. And there's not that many Western games. Rockstar pretty much owns that whole genre.
It is a crippling market.
Yes, but that's also another reason why I like the game so much. So Luke, that's the only like thing. You just like the logo?
I
like the logo a lot.
I'll come back here come back here and I'll know more about it than Austin.
Okay, got it.
You probably will, to be honest with you.
Yes. Do you have a PlayStation?
Nope. I have an Xbox X. It's my dad's. So I don't really
oh, you can play it on there.
I don't think I've ever touched that. I think I played like Forza once on there.
There's a lot to learn, so like the game's very detailed and in depth, so there's a lot of stuff you'd have to learn, but it's also very good if you're able to get into it. And the story is, of course, slow paced.
Yeah.
It's not a very quick story, but I forget how long it takes. It's like a 40-hour game to complete.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
40 to 50 hours to complete the main story without doing like 100% completion or any of that.
Which I am a completionist, so any game I play.
Yeah.
I've never not 100% of the game I play, by the way.
Luke is
I've 100%ed Red Dead, but I haven't gotten the platinum trophy.
I don't count platinum as 100% because it's not in-game.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just I love getting platinum trophies,
padding,
but
usually.
Yeah.
Luke is a very, very sheltered child when it comes to like playing on consoles.
Yeah.
Because I think the only thing you've played on is
Switch.
Maybe one time on Xbox, and you've played on mostly Nintendo, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I think also part of me just doesn't really I can't really get into those kinds of games. But it has a good story. I mean, Red Dead does kind of draw my interest a little bit.
It does have
I've dipped my toe into a lot of different consoles, like PC, like console, like all consoles.
Like I said, it's character driven, and it is also good if you play Red Dead 1, because Red Dead 2 is a prequel to Red Dead 1. So
Red Dead 1 did just get ported to Switch for $50.
We're not gonna talk.
Yeah, $50. Biggest cash grab in the entire world. Remind you guys, it's a port.
Yeah, no upscaling, nothing.
This definitely goes into more Rockstar griping, which I don't want to get into now.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a whole
Rockstar episode.
What makes a good company episode or something?
Rockstar, no. F tier.
Yes,
F tier.
but
okay, but let's put it somewhere.
So
You're probably gonna say S tier, right? Because it's your favorite.
I personally think it belongs in S tier, but the majority is what we're going off of here. So
As I said,
I will say because
I said low A, high B.
from what I've heard and from what I know about the game, I would be fine with putting it high A, maybe S tier, but it's not about FNAF.
Okay.
Definitely not anywhere close to above FNAF in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. So where
And
does
even more
where does that
high.
average out then?
Probably A tier.
8 tiers.
Probably like a mid A tier between like
Cuphead and
and Siege.
Okay. I won't pretend that doesn't upset me,
It's okay.
but
Or you can put it above Siege.
no. Well, yeah, I put it
Well,
above
it's
Siege.
between Siege and Cuphead.
Of course,
Oh,
I
probably
yeah,
Cuphead above
yeah, I
Siege.
put it.
That's why I need to see the tier
My
list.
poor game, man. It just
I'm sorry, Hunter. Siege is gonna get probably slaughtered this
Yeah.
entire
It's
time.
okay.
because it's not like a game.
At least they can be taken out of A tier.
Yes.
I mean, it could be.
Okay.
Anyways, let's you guys ready to get into the next game?
Yeah. Good,
Okay.
Quick transition.
Thank you. That was just a clean transition.
You
Nice
should have like
work.
done like some. You could have like done something.
We can put a sound effect in every time we get to.
Okay.
Yeah. Editing. I still
Excellent.
the editing process is still something I haven't thought
Yeah.
a whole lot about. I don't even
Yeah.
have Adobe downloaded yet on my laptop, but I will download it.
Did you send it to the thing to the guy, or are you waiting for that?
Oh,
We're not talking about that. Let's go.
yeah,
Next game.
that's under wraps, but no, I haven't. Not
behind the
yet.
scenes.
We
Anyways.
can edit
We
that
can
out.
put an ad.
We can edit that out. We can edit that out.
Okay, so let's get into another very, very influential game in like just gaming in general.
Dark Souls.
This is a game.
Dark Souls.
Is it? Is it Dark Souls?
It's Dark Souls.
This is a game that literally probably everybody of our generation has
Minecraft.
played. Literally every person.
Oh, I know it's coming.
I know it's.
Say
Not
it.
just because Hunter said
Say it, Luke. Say it. What is it?
Say it.
What is
You
it?
want this?
What is it?
Say you want.
It's-
Say the words.
Minecraft.
Yep. Perfect.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Dark Souls. To be honest with you.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Not
So,
everybody's played Dark
Until
Souls.
you said everyone played it.
I'll take lead on this one because
Say the word.
Minecraft is a game that I think is very, very well done.
Mhm.
But I do not enjoy playing Minecraft most of the time.
By yourself.
That's true.
I only enjoy playing Minecraft when I'm with friends,
Yep.
and that's really about it. Or if it's like, I don't know, really that's about it. And there's so like, it's literally just a game where you can do whatever you want, which is really intriguing,
Yeah.
but it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah,
to
it's
me.
very daunting. It's a
Mhm.
daunting game to tackle, especially if you're playing survival, because
Yeah.
you really don't even know what your main
My
goal
brother
is.
recently has gone into survival. He's had like, I think I think he's actually had a month or two of the same world has been going on, which I can see how people like really get into this game. And a lot of people, it's like literally their like only game that they know or play.
It's their therapy.
And that's why I kind of put it on the list because it's like it's the Game Explain said this was the #1 video game of all time. By the way,
Who said this?
Game Explain.
I can see why they said that, but
It's definitely one of the most influential.
I think
and
it's
there are so
most
many
popular.
Minecraft kids out there. You know?
I think Minecraft is the most popular game of all time.
I venture to say it is.
Yeah.
Pokemon is the most popular franchise.
It's not the most
definitely.
selling though, which is interesting.
What's the
Mine-
most selling?
Dang it.
We'll get into that.
We
I
are.
didn't even think
It's
that was-
on here. It's on this list. Yes.
Oh, I'm so mad.
What?
I
What?
put. I didn't put Pokemon on my list. It's like one of my favorite.
Well, if you do a
franchises.
part 2, we can edit it.
Oh yeah, franchise. I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can't add games though.
If you do a part 2, we can.
Oh, like an actual like continuation.
If we have a break in between, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so what are we going to put? Minecraft.
Um,
And also, it's always getting updates and it's always getting bigger and it's always getting better. Which is, I mean, I don't
Better.
Think, I don't think there's ever
yeah, I don't know if I'd say
Really?
better.
I don't think there's ever been a
Listen.
bad update.
Yeah, that's okay. This update, I can critique this because I've been playing Minecraft for so many years.
Mhm.
This update, honestly, good update.
Which update?
The most recent update that we
Name
have
it, 'cause I
right
don't
now,
know
the
it.
Wild update. I think that's what it's called.
What did that one add?
Oh, Tales and Trails. Tales and Trails. Sorry, not Wild.
Mhm.
Sorry. I personally think it's one of the worst. I mean, it's good. It's not. I mean, it's good. It had added some cool stuff. I think it's personally the worst because with the game being like how it was for so long with Netherite, they ruined how Netherite works. It's you have to you have to go get more diamonds than you already needed because it takes because to get netherite you have to have this. Now you have to have this stupid thing called the I don't know what it's called because I haven't seen it because
I think this is a bit of an older update, but go on.
No, this is the
Tales
newest
of
update.
Trails?
Yes, 1.20.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the newest update. I don't like it because the new upgrade thing for netherite you have to go get it from bastions, which is really annoying already because you have to deal with pigmen.
You have to find
Or
them.
the piglins. You gotta deal with the piglins, the piglin brutes, which I want to murder every single vein in my body.
I hate having to find the structures, like having to go look for a
I
bastion.
think you
takes
actually have to
forever.
find a certain one too to find it. I think it's the treasure one you have to find. Plus, to get multiple of them, you have to have 7 diamonds and a piece of netherrack. Which the netherrack is not the most annoying part. But if you want to get multiple, you have to have 7. You have to have 7 diamonds, which is so many diamonds it's so stupid to have because it's a waste of
I
time.
can just imagine the listeners right now like, what?
Yeah.
Like it's so
Hunter.
like if they
No,
don't
I
understand the
understand.
game, it's like
No,
What?
I venture to say no one doesn't understand Minecraft.
yeah.
Maybe like,
You mean like
I
who's
understand it. I understand so
but
much.
no,
about
your rant makes sense, and I understand where you're going with it. Just in general, anyway. I mean, there have been some things that have kind of made it worse, but also I feel like there's a thing like if there's something new, everyone's gonna dislike it at first. But you know, they'll grow into it.
I don't think I can grow into it. I know people are gonna hate me for like the steak, but like it's not something I can grow into because like it's such a waste of time when you could just go to netherite because netherite has been out since like 1.16 and it's been like so good. Like it's been like nice. It's like not the greatest. Like I mean, it's better than diamond because of the knockback resistance, but like it's not needed anymore. Like nobody cares about netherite because it's like the new additions like. Okay, netherite, I really don't care much for it anymore, so everyone just goes with diamond armor, because netherite is such a time-consuming, stupidly dumb thing to get now, because it's like, I gotta go mine 7 diamonds multiple times for no reason at all.
It feels a little bit like padding, like they're just trying to make the game more...
Yeah, but the thing I do like about it is the trims and the sniffer. Like everything else
was the most recent update.
So good.
I know. Yeah.
I like those. All those are so good because you can make our armor look so good. But that's the good part about it. But that one part just ruins it for me.
Well, let's zoom out here for a second and look at the game as a whole too.
Game as a whole.
Because always adding stuff, I think it's always getting better. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. And even if it has a few bumps in the road, I feel like it's a game that doesn't really disappoint for most people.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea, but I'll still say A tier at least because it's just so influential in so much of it.
Right. I do agree. I don't mean to backtrack and go back to updates, but one thing I was gonna say, I have been keeping track of updates, even though I barely play the game anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm definitely the stereotypical play it for 2 weeks every once in a while and then get sick of it and then you're done. But I have been keeping track of updates, and I know how frustrated the community is with the devs of Minecraft with how they're
with what he was talking about.
With that also, but how they're approaching updates and not really adding a lot of the stuff the community actually wants.
Exactly.
And
sharks.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
go into a whole rant.
Which is weird because because the community votes on mobs on who they
That's
want.
what I was about to say. Don't they vote for didn't
They
they vote for the
mob
Phantom?
votes have been
Yeah.
so bad.
I don't know.
Are they making a new boss though?
I'm not sure.
No,
Red
they
Dragon.
haven't even thinking
They
about
said they're
making
gonna
a
make
new
a new
boss.
boss. I thought.
They haven't even been thinking about it. The most recent boss, I guess, was the Warden, which is just honestly
But he doesn't have a health bar. It's not really a boss. It's a really good enemy though. I really like the Warden.
It's so
I mean,
dumb.
It's annoying, but I think it's a really good.
He's
enemy.
the hardest boss, isn't he?
He's not a boss.
It's the hardest thing to kill in the game.
It's not a boss though.
I personally hate it because I understand the point of it is not you're not supposed to kill it, and I understand the point of it is you're supposed to be quiet and it's adds a creep factor to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing my take about it is that it's so dumb because if you're not doing it you're not doing anything wrong. If something accidentally happens where you accidentally make noise, you get killed by it. And if you kill it, right? You know how much it has so much health. I think it has more health than
I don't think it's an enemy that's supposed to be killed.
It's not. That's the point.
Yeah.
But it's the point that the fact I'm trying to make here is that if you accidentally make a noise, 3 noises, it takes 3 noises from a naturally spawning Skulk Shrieker, mind you, not Aegis Skulk Shrieker. It's natural spawning, which is a very big deal about it. But if you fight it and you kill it, right, you get a skulk catalyst and some XP.
Yeah.
It's stupid because like if you actually do something wrong, you're like, you're done. I hate you. You're dead. And it two shots you with full enchanted netherite armor, with also protection 4 on it.
Yeah.
Which is that's why I don't like it very much. It's like it's not fun to deal with at all.
Okay.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Alright, yeah, we gotta move on. We're kind of ranting here.
Yeah, this is a big Minecraft rant. I appreciate your passion for the game. That was a very interesting
I don't want to
way
like
of
have it
thinking
like
about it.
boring, like we're just sitting here talking like, this.
Yeah,
game's
obviously.
good, this
No,
is-
No, it's good that you had those takes though.
Yeah,
actually.
no,
I'm not bashing you.
I was being 100% serious. I
Oh,
do genuinely appreciate that you're bringing up so many interesting topics about the game that I wouldn't have thought of. So what are we thinking here?
I'd say probably still A tier. He brought up some good points though.
I'm probably gonna like.
It appeals to such a general audience though, because it's like some people are gonna like it, some people aren't. There's gonna be thousands of opinions
I
out
want to
there.
go on my rant about sharks.
Don't. We have to move on.
Yeah, we do have to move on.
I guess I'll just talk
we're
about
on
this when
time crunch, too.
I'll just
Yeah.
talk about this when the podcast is over about
Yeah.
sharks.
Okay.
But I think outside of the stuff that I've said, the things that I hate about the game, I think is generally one of my favorite games that I've played. I just didn't want to put it on there because I didn't think any of you guys would have really wanted to put it on there until Luke put it on there. So I'm like, great, okay.
Yeah.
I think, as I said, I know I said bad stuff about it, but like as you also did, you said bad stuff about RDR. I'm gonna still put it S tier, below FNAF, but I'm still gonna put it S tier.
Okay.
I still have gripes about it, but like everyone has stuff about their favorite games. Like it wouldn't be your favorite game if you didn't like something about it.
Yeah.
There's
exactly.
no unanimous opinion on Minecraft because it's so. Everyone's gonna have some problem with it.
It's
Everybody's gonna like stuff about
That's
it.
why I don't like these huge like big critic ratings, is because it's too big a game for you to really put a rating on. You know,
Yeah.
it's everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
The Game
what's
Explained
it
saying it
called?
was the best game of all time.
Yeah, you can't really say that when.
What's their name?
You got
I
this.
know I can't remember the name now.
It's okay.
IGN.
IGN, yeah.
Ooh.
I hate IGN. I'm gonna say
Why?
it.
Because
They're so annoying. They critique a game so bad. Like most of the time, they said Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was one of the greatest games. I'm like, it's not. I like zombies, but like they're like, it's one of the like they gave it such a high rating. It's like they gave it a 9 point something out of 10. I'm like, no, that's not a good rating at all. For it.
they have
Well, just because you disagree doesn't mean
No,
it's
like
bad.
even
Yeah.
like so many people
Everyone's
disagree
gonna have
with it.
opinions.
IGN has like they're infamous for having bad takes on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Really?
But they are. They
I
really
didn't
are.
see
Yeah, Moist Crinkle
Yeah.
also talked
But
about it. Moist
they-
Crinkle
yeah.
also
they-
talked about it.
They have been having some glow ups recently. They've had some recent like good takes actually.
Yeah.
You
know what,
that's
IGN?
most recently though. They're pretty infamous for.
If you're listening to me, IGN, I don't care if you sue me.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so Minecraft. Do we agree? I know you want it in S tier, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
I'd say
Luke,
highest in A tier, and that's as far as I'll go.
above everything in A tier. Okay, I'm comfortable with putting it above.
I don't like it being above Cuphead, but that's okay.
I also don't like it being above Red Dead, but sacrifices here.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I think I'm okay with putting it
We'll
there.
just push Rainbow Six a bit further back,
Yeah.
just to annoy.
Yeah.
them.
Rainbow Six is just gonna get.
My poor little game, man.
It's just gonna get. Yeah, it's gonna
I
get
agree.
slaughtered.
I think Dark Souls is gonna be one of our another best
Okay.
tiers.
Actually,
Speaking of
I
Dark Souls, kidding no.
No.
we actually just talked a lot about Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Oh,
so
yeah. Not for this one.
I-
Yeah.
yep. Luke's time now. So I don't want to spend as much time on this one. I'm sorry, Hunter. Not as much time as we did in Minecraft. Obviously, we did do a lot of ranting.
I'll
in
give
Minecraft.
you all my bullet points right now.
Okay,
If
go
we're gonna do
go
Black Ops 3.
go through your
Maps, perfect. All their maps are so good. The DLC maps, good. The map that started off with it, Shadows of Evil, so good. One of my favorite Black Ops 3 zombies just to play on my own. Probably not the best Call of Duty zombies in the entire world, but it's one of my favorites. People hate it a lot. Good for me. That's my end of my short little rant because it's not like a huge
Alright.
rant.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even have an opinion on this one.
Luke has no opinion. He's neutral on this completely.
I don't think I've ever seen gameplay of this game either.
Are you serious?
Mind
I've
you,
seen-
we're
I've
talking
seen-
about Black Ops 3 Zombies, not Black Ops 3.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say
this one is a
next.
specific game too because Hunter said that the rest of the series was just kind of like not
It's
worth talking
it's
about.
hit or miss. That's
Yeah.
why it's really hit or miss.
Is that the
Um,
most recent one?
Black
No.
Ops 3 not even close.
Okay,
No.
jeez.
they come out
Oh.
with a new. Black Ops 4 is the most recent, but they come out with a new Call of Duty like every year.
If
pretty
I
much.
talk
Oh,
about
okay.
the entire franchise,
Is it like FIFA?
Yeah,
FIFA 22.
Yeah.
If I was to talk about the entire franchise, this would be like one of the lowest rankings on the entire.
Yeah.
Like, because the first few games, immaculate, so good.
Yeah,
Like-
it has a great start. It really
Yeah.
does.
And then towards the most recents,
Yeah.
God, it started getting horrible at 2019.
Yes.
Modern Warfare, oh, and then Vanguard.
Yeah, that's the thing when you make a game just like to make a game because you have to beat the yearly quota. So
Yeah.
you just
I
have to
think
pump
the
it out.
funniest part about if you go on Steam and you go to like all the Call of Duty games, the one of the few ones that actually have like the lowest of all low rankings, like it's literally has extremely negative. I'm pretty sure is Vanguard because it's so horrendously bad. It's
Yes.
so terrible.
Yes.
Yes.
It really is.
It's a series of ups
I've
and downs.
never played it. I never will play it. It's just.
And that's really the problem. Is it's just a yearly quota, like Luke said, and a genuine lack of passion with the company
Yeah.
and how they're pushing the game. I'm pretty sure Black Ops 3 was the last game that the original crew of writers.
Treyarch, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Treyarch.
really?
Treyarch,
Yeah,
sorry.
that was their last game, and that's why it's so good. And I
Oh.
really actually love
That
this.
was the last
I
game.
actually really love the story of Black Ops 3 as well, and Black Ops in general.
Okay.
That was the
Lu-
that was the last game with the original voice actors, for,
Yes.
like Dempsey
Oh.
and stuff.
It
bro.
was. So it's a very influential game.
Yeah,
Very
I see the
nostalgic.
name everywhere.
Black Ops 2 is actually my favorite personally, but we're not talking about the franchise
Alright.
here.
Yeah, let's put
So-
it on the list.
And of course I love Black Ops Zombies. It's
Mhm.
amazing. But I think compared to most of the games we've talked about so far,
I think that one's like the only one that's gonna go. I think it's gonna go like a little bit above Rainbow. I think it's above
You
Rainbow.
think, or is this your opinion?
I think it goes above Rainbow.
Really?
Yeah.
another punch to Rainbow
There we
here.
go.
Okay, so we'll just put it right above Rainbow, below everything else.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm okay with that. Are you?
I
Are
want to
you
rant. I haven't gotten to rant yet. I just banged the table.
to what?
Yeah.
I want to rant.
Well, how about we go to maybe how we just go with his
Let's talk about my favorite thing ever.
Toby
What is
Fox.
You said it.
Okay, we're moving on to.
I have a lot to say here. I'll try to keep it concise because
present the game or the topic.
Toby Fox.
Yeah,
Everybody knows him. Undertale and Deltarune, both games that are just super high and like everybody has heard them, I'm sure.
Yes.
And the games, Undertale and Deltarune, both of them have the most complex, well done, just in my opinion, the greatest storytelling in any game that I've ever seen or played. I played both of them, that ever.
Mm-hmm. And Deltarune's not even finished.
That was not even finished. And this, I'll get into Deltarune because that game I think is better than Undertale, which I don't know how hot of a take that is.
Mm-hmm.
But Toby Fox is one of the smartest people that I think has ever graced planet Earth, which is
I was saying he's sort of an
I know, but
Albert Einstein.
it's weird. I was
Yeah.
about to say compare him to like people like Albert Einstein and stuff. But I
Yeah.
feel like 30 or 40 years in the future, looking back, I feel like Toby Fox is going to be a very highly regarded name.
Yeah.
Because especially for our generation, he had such incredible visions,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
it's just very the writing is incredible. Deltarune is not finished. I think Deltarune's really. I think it's more fun than Undertale because it actually the RPG mechanics are actually like intuitive and have actual mechanics rather than just Undertale being like say a certain thing and spare them.
Right.
But Deltarune is a game that is coming out incrementally. So the first first chapter released, and then like 2 years later the second one released. So it's really fun to get to keep up with it. He does newsletters. He has all this news. He did a whole sweepstakes thing, which is like one of the most fun things in my life.
Right.
He keeps it engaging. The fan base there's so many like songs and fan fights that people make. the fan base can get a little bit degenerate, and it's a little bit the fan base does get a little bit quirky, but it's one of those things where it's just
Cannot believe you just said
A little
that.
bit of I put a little bit of FNAF in there.
Phone
a little
guy
bit of FNAF
reference.
Yeah.
in it.
But anyway, there's some there's a lot of it's kind of furry bait. There's a lot of that in there too, but
Yeah.
in the
I no
end,
longer have an opinion on
in
this
the
game.
end, Deltarune is probably one of the most well-written stories ever. Undertale is also up there too. But if you guys don't know too, I'll share this little fun fact here. The ending of Deltarune, when Chapter 7 comes out, Toby Fox had a dream in 2012, a fever dream about the end of the game.
2012. I like it.
Sorry, yeah, 2012. He had a fever dream about the end of the game, so he already knows what the end of the game is going to be.
That's so many years
Okay.
in the future, bro. He was all. That's how smart he is. He's all the way in the future,
Yeah.
and he's dreaming
Yeah.
now.
I will say I don't know a single thing about Deltarune, but I have played Undertale, and it was a complete blast from start to finish.
Yeah,
it was great.
Deltarune is free. Chapter 1 and 2 are both free.
Okay.
So I honestly think that it's worth your time to check. At least play like the first bit of the first chapter.
I'll definitely have to check that
It
out.
doesn't grab you as much as Undertale. That's because the story is laid out for a bigger.
grab you as much as Undertale.
Yeah, it doesn't. Because the story is laid out as like it's a broader story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have my little take about Undertale since
Mhm.
I've never really done anything with anything to do with Deltarune at all, actually.
Guys, it's free.
I know.
I gotta keep pushing this.
Guys, I think it's free. I don't know why.
Yeah, it might be free,
I don't
everybody.
know.
That was also bothering me. Luke just adjusted
Yeah,
the mic.
Cause
he just
yeah.
adjusted the mic. If you, well, he said that. I don't know if you heard it.
Everyone else sound like I'm like in your ear anymore. That's why.
So I think that's probably why it was being weird. Anyways, as I was talking about with what's it called? Undertale. Is I like the fact that you can choose to be either a pacifist
Mhm.
or you could choose genocide, right?
Yeah.
Genocide. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the name was.
It's definitely a more, at least compared to what Luke has said, it's definitely a more simple, generic version of storytelling where it's like, kill everybody, don't kill everybody. You know, it's like that, but it's also cool because there's a lot of dialogue in the game.
A lot of characters.
Lots of characters to care about or to hate or
Draw
whatever.
fan art of.
Exactly.
Stop.
Oh, okay. There's plenty of characters. It's a great game. Toby Fox in general, which is pretty much what we're ranking at this point.
Yeah.
Both. Yeah.
It is just a genius.
Also, the music is.
Yes,
And
obviously.
I know. And he gives every character has a little theme,
Yeah.
and it's in all the songs that are related to them. And there's one character named Gaster who has his own little theme song. And I know. And
Gaster.
It's put in certain spots on purpose in Deltarune to hint. That's the only hint we have that Gaster is a thing and that people know that he's coming.
You act like he's talked about this before.
I know.
He does it all
I
the
know.
time.
Yeah. Gaster is a really crazy guy.
Oh my god, the amount of times I have to tell you this. I've heard the name Gaster so many times.
Play Deltarune, that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Alright, let's
Okay.
I say S tier, that's me.
Obviously,
Storytelling,
you think it's
top
above.
notch.
You think it's above Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah. And what are RDR's in there too?
RDR's an A tier.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
I think, honestly, personally, I think it's a high A tier.
Okay. What are you looking
There's a
at?
fly flying around in the room.
Oh.
Hey, what do you think, Austin?
It was a very awkward silence. So he thinks it's A tier. Where are you going, Henry? Oh, yeah. This is what we're looking like so far.
Hey.
I'm showing them the tier list.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's
We're
what.
gonna do 2 parts.
that's-
It's already 3:24, right?
Yeah, we're gonna
I
have
think we
to.
can do it.
I don't know.
No.
Yes.
I really don't think we can, but
Let's
we
do
can
2
try.
more.
We can try.
No, I think
Let's do 2 more, and then part
Only-
2 we'll do a
Only
speed
2
run.
more. We're at an hour.
We are.
So
No, I
we have
Oh,
two.
we started. What did you start 2:30?
We can do plenty more. We have till 4.
Oh, we started
We
at
could still
2:30. I thought we
also-
started at 2.
we could also still
No.
do more.
Okay, yeah, we can do more then.
Let's just
Yes.
try and finish the.
And
I
you cut
want to
this right
finish
out.
this because I really want to get this out.
Yeah.
All right, so
So Toby Fox. So you said S tier, of course. It's probably the highest on the list for you.
no, I think it's probably still under FNAF.
Oh, under
I mean-
FNAF. Okay.
Probably that's more of an appeal to the public,
Mhm.
but it had probably better storytelling than FNAF. It has like all the stuff, all the details and rumors and hints to stuff
Uh-huh.
outside of the actual games. It's very meta, but FNAF I mean, they're equal in my mind, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said A tier, so pretty much my opinion breaks the fold here.
F. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually a tough one for me. I'm gonna agree with Luke, and I'm gonna put it in the S tier.
Let's go.
I'm putting it in S tier. Sorry, Hunter.
It's not that bad of it.
Yeah.
You're not that angry, are you?
I am gonna put it below FNAF.
Yeah.
But I personally think it's below FNAF as a franchise.
Yeah.
But obviously it's subjective to
Yeah.
all of us. So it is an
Man,
8.
I kind of wish
S
that we
tier.
didn't all play this game so it wasn't multiple opinions, but that's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, let's do.
One thing I do like about this tier list is that we all like, we're not just like doing one person's opinion. Like unless the
Yeah.
person just only like unless like only one person played the game, obviously.
Mhm.
And then we just put it like A tier,
Yeah.
Right.
and we can't put it at A tier because you guys have clearly never played it and you guys don't have an
Yeah.
opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I haven't chosen what game I want to do next, so I'm going to choose randomly in my head right now, and we're going to get another Rockstar game out of the way. The most
I
selling game of all time, by the way.
Really? Oh, thanks.
GTA 5.
That's the most
Nothing
selling
to
game
say
of all
about
time.
this.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I'll look it up right now. What is the most selling game of all time?
Minecraft? Really?
I swear.
I have nothing to say about
Is
this.
this most money made or most purchases made?
Okay, never mind. It's Minecraft. Oh,
I win!
at least
I win!
I remember at least around the
I'm sure at a time it
the
was.
GTA 5 craze, it had the most, but of course Minecraft always
That
comes
laugh.
back, as William Afton says.
Yeah, it's Billy Madison always
it-
says.
Minecraft always comes back, so yes, Minecraft is more selling.
That's okay.
But anyways, that's
Just pretend
that's
that
not the
GTA is
point.
for the point of this.
Yeah,
For the sake of the tiers.
GTA 5. I don't know how much you guys. Nothing
No.
really.
Nothing.
Okay.
Like one meme probably.
So
The
this-
guy that jumps over the cop.
Okay. Yeah. So this is. I absolutely love it. Every voice actor in this game is just absolutely amazing, and I could not imagine anybody else in their roles. I just think the storytelling is amazing. It's not as good of a story as Red Dead, in my opinion. Not as easy to get invested into as Red Dead. It's harder to care for the characters, and if you've played the games, you know why. They're not very good people,
Yeah.
but it's just a really good story, and it's literally modern Red Dead 2 because it's set in a fictional like LA, Los Santos.
Yeah.
So
I knew that,
it's
actually.
so obviously cars, all that. It's modern.
It's pretty free. Like you can do a lot. Can't
Yeah,
you? You can just like take whatever.
You can
car.
play for hours and hours on end, and this goes for Red Dead 2, but mostly for this
And it
game.
also has a story.
Yeah,
So it combines the two things that people.
you
love.
can play hours and hours of this game without even touching the story if you really wanted to. But the story is a core piece of the game for me, and it's seems like I'm the only one that's ranking this
One thing I do
game.
know about it is Big Smoke, Biggie Smoke, or whatever is
Big Smoke.
Big Smoke or Smokey.
This is the fifth one, not the whole series.
Oh.
Yes, this is just the fifth
Oh,
game.
no.
So that's probably a different
I
game.
thought you were talking
Okay.
about Lost.
Oh no, yeah, this is just
Oh,
the
yeah.
fifth game.
The song.
Isn't his name
You
Big
talking-
Smoke?
The last one was-
I think so. I
I
think
can't remember his name.
I think I know. Yeah.
Number 9 Lodge.
I just know the meme where they replaced him with Biggie Cheese. Or whatever. Yes.
Oh, Biggie
But
Cheese.
I don't
right.
But I don't remember his actual name, so yeah, Biggie Smoke or whatever.
Big
Whatever his name is, but that's in a completely different
Smoke.
game.
Yeah. Like a Wyoming
Personally,
game.
Yeah.
personally, I love GTA 5, but I want to get wacky here, and this is my actual opinion too, so I'm not just throwing it out of left field here.
He loves it.
I think it actually. Well, that's the problem though, is because Rainbow Six is on A tier as well.
What's that supposed to mean? What do you mean by that? You can put it on the big.
It's. I was gonna put it in B just because out of the list it's pretty low
Yeah.
on mine anyway. GTA 5, yes.
Well, you can, well, if you put on a game that doesn't like, if it doesn't have a space, it just makes it like an extra like.
Yeah.
Makes
We're
it
not that far yet, so it's fine. But I think it goes obviously above Rainbow Six.
Obviously.
And I also think it deserves a spot right below Red Dead 2, right above Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Okay.
So that's my opinion on the game. I know you guys said you don't have much to say about it,
I mean, I like what you said. It put an image in my mind, and I get it. I'll do more research, by the way, after this, and I'll come back a newer man, and I'll understand more about these games.
man.
Yes, it's also
Crossing the flag.
it's also not a great game to play with your parents or anything.
Oh, I
so
know that. I know that.
that's another thing that I think
Yeah.
Red Dead's a bit more a bit more tame, a bit more PG compared to not completely. There's moments, but GTA 5
I'll
is
tread lightly.
it's more on the forefront in GTA 5. All right. Let's move on. It's below. It's in A tier, of course, below Red Dead. Let's get this one out of the way.
Is this the one Hunter keeps talking about, or no?
I'm not sure which one is Hunter keep talking about.
Just say one.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So I put this one on the list, but I also, I mean, I know
I can't wait
a little bit about it, but I also put it because I know we all know about it.
Yes.
And because it's very good.
Very good franchise.
It is.
Very
It
good.
is indeed very
Yeah,
good.
I think it's a lot like Cuphead. Like, not obviously.
That's a very
It's
famous
obviously-
comparison. Yeah.
It's very different from Cuphead, but it's like also like
Yeah.
Cuphead. I think Cuphead was.
the same philosophy.
I think Cuphead got its basis off of the game. Like, not like obviously like the like what you do in the game,
Well-
but like the difficulty. I think they definitely base it off
If
of.
I'm gonna nerd out here, I can tell you how that actually is, but we can just go with what you said.
Shut up, stupid.
Okay.
One thing I'll get out of the way is probably like one of my biggest gripes about the franchise, and it's not at all the
Dark Souls
franchise's.
2.
It's not at all the franchise's fault. That's a good point. It's not at all the franchise's fault. It's the fact that everybody, even gaming companies, look back at the game and they compare completely different games. Doesn't even have to be from software games to Dark Souls' difficulty. Oh, it's like Dark Souls. It's
Crash
hard like Dark.
Bandicoot, Cuphead.
Yeah, every
Dark
article
Yeah.
always has the title. This is the Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoot. This is
Oh,
the
yeah.
Dark Souls of whatever. It's just so annoying to me. It's not the
It's
game's
annoying to you?
fault. It's very annoying.
I mean, I guess it's a little annoying, but I think for me, it set the stage for those games.
It did.
But
But at the
there
s-
needs to be a point where
But the problem I'm having with it is they're not comparing.
Fine.
Okay. But we have a fly problem in here apparently.
but Hunter just killed it, so we're good.
Okay.
I don't think I got it. It's-
Okay. Okay. Well, the problem I have with everybody comparing, this is the Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoot, is they're not comparing the actual games. The games are nothing at all. Like they're comparing their difficulties, and you can't compare their difficulties when you're not comparing the game mechanics and the actual games themselves.
The philosophy I just said of Cuphead is very similar to Dark Souls,
Yes.
but it's not made after Dark Souls. It's just because it's like the try again until you beat it, which isn't necessarily make a game hard. It just means you have to have a lot of grit and persistence to get through it.
You have to be dedicated to beat Dark Souls. That's a big thing. It's the game mechanics. I also think are kind of like Rockstar in a way that they feel outdated at times, but they're really not that outdated. Oh god, the fly is so alive.
No,
It's
I'm
more.
talking about this stupid guy
Not
going on his
checking time.
phone and stuff.
I'm being a time checker.
I don't care.
And the problem is it's actually a gnat. It's not a fly. It's much harder to kill. But, anyways, but
Get some blood.
yes.
Draw some blood so that it flies to it.
Got it.
Okay. Well, yeah, the flies. He's okay. He's doing okay. He's
Well,
part. He's part
He's
of
our
the.
guest speaker.
He's our
part
one-
of the crew.
He's our one listener that we have right now.
He's the only listener we'll have.
Luke
That's gonna
is
sound really weird on the audio. I already know it is.
Luke
but
is insecure about his laughs.
I'm not insecure about it.
Yeah,
But I just know that it sounds very unappealing.
it's very appealing, Luke. So
Okay.
okay.
I think it's very.
So Dark Souls, I think, is very influential, of course, in gaming history.
Definitely.
It's not a game for everybody.
No.
The franchise
Definitely.
is not a game for most people, actually.
Mhm.
I had a hard time getting into it at the start. I believe I played them Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, and then Dark Souls 2 because I heard Dark Souls 2 was the worst.
Interesting.
I actually don't
Like
have...
Star Wars right over here.
I actually don't hate Dark Souls 2. I agree it's probably the worst from software as produced. But I also don't hate the game. I actually do like Dark Souls 2, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
I personally think it belongs in A tier. I think
Yeah,
it,
A
A
tier.
tier.
I think
Well,
it,
except for GTA.
I think GTA is an A tier.
I thought you said you put it in B tier.
I put it below Red Dead. I was gonna put it in B tier, but
Oh,
I think
wait,
that's the
everything's
thing
gonna
with
be A
this.
tier.
yeah, that's.
I think that's the thing with this though, because
Actually, I have one that's probably gonna be B tier.
Okay, that's good.
did you say Bendy?
No.
Okay, good. I was gonna
Okay.
beat you up. I love that game.
Well, I think Dark Souls deserves to be right below Red Dead 2. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time, but I think it belongs above GTA 5.
I
Got it.
think what we should do next is the Ring of the Elders, Elden Ring.
Okay, yeah, we
Elden
can
Ring.
we can get the From Software games out of the way now.
No. Yeah, let's go Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and then I have one that's
Okay.
with a Z and into the L that we'll do next.
Wait, what? Wait, which one?
Zelda.
Ah,
Wait,
You
what?
fool.
What'd you say it ended
starts with a
with?
Z.
Elda. It
Oh,
starts with a Z and into the Elda.
okay, that
Ah.
okay. My pea brain can't get
my small little brain
Okay.
didn't comprehend that.
Yeah, the
Okay.
joke was too complex.
Yes. Okay, but
I'll dumb it down next time.
thank you. I appreciate that. So Elden Ring, another From Software game.
Yep.
Love the game.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
Hunter,
for so
Hunter
long.
streamed a Torch only run that I actually watched
What?
quite only.
I
quite a
didn't
bit
end
of-
up doing Torch only because it got too difficult.
Yeah,
It's
you went to
almost-
one stream, right? And then you're just like,
Yeah, it got annoying at one point.
It's
yeah.
almost
entertaining,
like
though.
that's the point, Hunter. Like
Yeah.
it's a challenge.
Yeah, it was probably wasn't really smart of me
Yeah,
to do the
it-
challenge first, but I just had to go finish it with it.
is that a popular challenge that people do with that game?
Not the Torch only. It's actually one of the YouTubers that I watched did it. So I'm like, yeah. He's, mind you, this guy,
Easy
this
peasy.
guy, mind you, is leagues above me, and even said the challenge was difficult himself.
Yeah. I've seen another thing about just From Software, all their franchises in general. There are crazy people that play these games that
Oh yeah.
I've seen people play
It's
through the
only-
entire like Soulsborne catalog without dying or getting hit once.
Oh yeah, Hitless and
Wow.
Deathless runs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those
are great.
Those are crazy. I couldn't imagine the amount of skill and dedication it takes to complete one
yeah.
of those challenges.
You have to really like a game.
Yeah.
What I
Yes.
can't wait for
Um,
is DLC. So we're gonna talk about
Yeah.
that actually. So the game, honestly, I feel like Elden Ring, kind of dead right now. To be honest with you,
It is.
Yeah,
it's
at a
it's
peak.
dead. It's dead now. I'm
Low in
hoping
reviews.
and praying and doing all the other stuff that you do to God, I guess.
Mhm.
And just like that it's gonna finally come out and actually revive the game and show how good the game
Yeah,
Elden Ring is.
It needs brought back.
Yes, because that game needs to be brought back. It's just like I've beat the game so many times already that like I don't really care much for the
And-
Yeah, it's not really a game where there's much to do after you.
That's a good segue into something I was gonna say about the game. Is it's pretty, and this could, this not being the case could definitely help its replayability. Is the fact that Elden Ring is pretty famous for being like one of the easiest, most accessible From Software game. It's very open world, which adds to that.
easiest probably,
Yeah, I definitely think it was the easiest for me.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the bosses are a little bit difficult. Melania,
I actually beat her pretty quick. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah, honestly,
I brag about that a lot.
I think the one thing
Yeah.
I got
I
back
can,
my 30%.
the one thing that I can say is that a lot of people are like, oh, Melania is so difficult. The thing I hate so much about like bosses in video games is slow attack patterns. Really, really slow attack patterns. Like I'm like,
yeah.
if it's like a, and then you move and then they go wow and they hit you
Yeah.
like
They
that.
can't see you,
It's
huh?
Yeah,
so
the,
annoying.
the people can't see what you just
Well,
did.
I don't
When you go
care.
like-
Yeah.
I don't care
then-
what they. I don't care. If
We don't
they-
care about you
I
guys.
don't
You
give
guys
a.
think.
We hate you.
We hate
Yeah,
you all.
this is us
no.
talking. There's
Yes.
no such thing as a
I
microphone.
don't care if they can see me or not. I like to visualize. For
Yeah.
For you guys at least.
Yeah.
Like-
with a
Yeah.
one of these.
One of these.
Hit some pop blocks.
Just don't say anything. Just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
They still can't see you. Huh? They still don't understand.
No, they can't. No way.
All right.
Anyways,
Anyways, like
Dark
the
Souls.
slow attacks are
Oh, yeah.
annoying as heck. I can't swear. They're annoying, but fast attacks are so flippin' easy.
yeah.
Because like it's like, oh yeah, you can just move fast, and it's like move fast now, and you get the and you
That's
dodge
right.
the
That's right.
attack.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. So, I think Personally, this is my rating of Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah.
I think it belongs.
Dark Souls. My brain.
I think it's you can combine them because it's kind of like
They're
a.
very similar. Yeah.
But
They're from the From sides.
I mean, Elden Ring is the closest we've gotten to a Dark Souls 4, in my opinion. It's most close to
Definitely,
Dark
yeah.
Souls rather than Bloodborne and Sekiro.
Yeah, there was kind of a
I
point to
wanna
revive
play
the series
Sekiro.
too through Elden.
I
Ring.
want
Yeah.
to play Sekiro, and as soon as I can, I'm gonna.
That's another point I'd like to make is Sekiro is definitely
Sekiro.
whatever it's pronounced. It's definitely the hardest in my opinion. That's the only From Software game I haven't completed.
The nerd in me wants to play it so bad because
I haven't-
the katanas just.
I haven't even gotten far. I've gotten to like maybe the 5th boss.
I haven't
and
even
just
played the
can't.
game yet. I want to so bad because like there's already
It's so
'cause
hard.
the stuff that they have for it. They are like people already made mods for it, like where they add anime characters to it and
What?
like, they.
That's crazy. Why
Yeah,
would
I
you do that?
know.
Luke's discovering that mods exist.
Okay, well I know mods
What?
exist, but it's like that's kind of interesting. To
It's
Yeah,
like,
say.
whoa.
They added like anime characters that you.
Are there legalities behind that? Like if you add a character from like another franchise into a game where they'd be like, that's our character using for your.
Well, if you're not making money
Oh, I
off
guess
of
you're
it,
right. Yeah, the monetary.
yeah.
But I just love it because like it's I know it's obviously not anime and it's like Japanese styled stuff, but like I put so much like of Japanese stuff to anime. I know that probably sounds like really bad for me to say that, really hot take there, but like I think that's what most everyone does. Is like most of everyone is like, oh yeah, Japanese anime.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
huge thing, but like I understand it's mostly It's supposed to be based off Japanese culture and not anime, but I think it's a lot. I just like it a lot because of like I think about anime. I'm like, yes,
Yes.
For anyone who didn't know, Hunter is a anime fanatic.
I am
The
a
most
nerd.
out of the 3 media junkies, he's definitely
I am the anime nerd,
a lot of his media is
and you'll
definitely
definitely see
junk.
that later.
yeah, definitely trash.
No,
I hate you all.
Anime. I like anime. Luke's mentioned multiple times. I'm like a middle ground kind of to us because Luke doesn't dabble.
Luke
too
doesn't
much.
want to watch anime
I
because he thinks he's
haven't
gonna
even
get
seen
sucked
an
into it.
episode, but I have an idea for an episode that I'll say after it's off.
Okay.
So don't spoil
Luke
anything.
won't watch anime because he's like, I don't want to watch anime because I'll get sucked into it.
That's my reasoning.
That's a
That's
good point.
exactly how he said it too.
And the problem I
well,
have.
let's save this. I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to get
Yeah.
into that. Yeah.
What are we doing?
We were ranking Elden Ring.
Okay,
It feels like
Wait, a tier list? What's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let
So
me see it.
here's Elden Ring's an F. It's not supposed to be there, but it's
How
Yeah, see.
rude!
That's what the
I
tier
think it's
list.
probably above
I
Dark
think it
Souls.
should go in E because E.
Rated E for everyone.
Wait a
Um,
second, we missed a letter. As you missed her, I don't want to miss letters.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got
yeah.
straight E's in
Because
school.
E.
It's whatever.
I got straight E's in school.
Straight E's.
Dang, bro,
How do you get E's?
he just sucks so much.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like that was the joke.
You had to invent a
Okay.
new thing.
I think Elden Ring belongs below Dark Souls, but my
I
opinion,
personally think it goes in S tier.
Oh, below Dark Souls, really?
I think
I
so.
guess because Dark Souls is more of a franchise.
It's really a majority here because Hunter and I have conflicting opinions. So what does the majority say?
Yeah.
About,
I say
about this?
if we're talking about Shadows of the Earth, if Shadows of the Earth Tree comes out soon,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say S tier.
Which is the DLC, by the way. Is it?
Yeah.
You know, yada yada.
Also, the Earth Tree is where you. No, Earth Tree is that's the Halleck Tree. But I think if we're not talking about DLC, I would say A tier.
Okay.
Because I know DLC hasn't come out yet, but I know DLC is gonna save the game. Better save the game.
I mean, it doesn't need saved. It just needs revived.
yeah.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great game.
Fix.
It's just,
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's just-
like revive it and save it, kind of like.
it's just dying. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Alright.
I think it. Well, what do you say? You're the.
I'd say above Dark Souls because I just feel like it's just
Okay.
better than most Dark Souls games.
So do you say S tier?
No, like
Okay.
one above Dark Souls.
One above Dark Souls. Okay, that's where I think that's where it's gonna land.
That's what
We
you said.
have. If we don't ramble too much, we have enough time for what you wanted next and a game after, which I have one picked out.
Ooh.
So
No, we're gonna do one more game series and it's gonna be Zelda.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen,
No, we're not doing anything else after that. This
You
is
guys
gonna be
are
the last
saying-
Are you
one.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why
There's a
don't we
game I
just-
really
I
want
know.
to
I'm
talk
sorry.
about.
Well,
Why
part
don't we
two.
just
You have
do
something to
it?
look forward to.
That's true.
because
Well, we could just
We're-
record it. No,
Alright.
we
We're
could just
talking
record
about the
it.
next one after Zelda immediately in part 2 then, because
Yes.
okay, we only have about 12 minutes left.
Wait,
Until-
why
This
do we have-
one. Okay, Caleb, you want to cover
What if we
your
don't?
ears because you're not gonna like what I have to say.
Oh no,
Tears of the Kingdom suck.
No, not that.
I didn't
The
play
Legend of
that.
Zelda is one of the most confusing and just I don't understand. Like it's their games are good, but their fans are just so dedicated. And I know I have a few friends who like Zelda and don't care about anything else. They only watch the directs. This person I'm talking about only watch the directs because they want to see if Tears of the Kingdom is gonna get this.
Yeah,
Which I don't mind having a dedicated fan base, but I feel like I can't like Zelda and not think Ocarina of Time is the best video game of all time.
that's a good point. Ocarina of Time's definitely probably top of the Zelda list. What did you just show him?
Well-
I want to be included, Hunter.
No, it's my friend's name.
Oh,
Anyway.
okay.
I think
got
that I don't understand. My brain does not comprehend how people think that Ocarina of Time is better than Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Who says that?
Everybody, they're like
What?
Ocarina of Time, best game of all time.
Ocarina of Time is a good game.
Breath of the Wild,
It's a
Tears
good
of the
game,
Kingdom.
but I don't.
Which Breath of the Wild is my
I
favorite
think
game of all
Majora's
time.
Mask is definitely better.
I don't
I agree. Majora's Mask is better. The
Really.
games suffer. Up until Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they suffer from being too linear and holding your hand. And it's very like everybody talks about this. Everybody knows
And
of
that's
Navis.
why. That's why you like Breath of the
Mhm.
Wild so much,
Yeah,
right?
because it's just free. Tears of the
Yeah.
Kingdom, it's free. You can
Yeah.
do whatever you want, and that's why I think it was good. And that's why Skyward Sword is one of the worst games I think has ever been made.
I
because-
played a decent amount of Breath of the Wild.
And you beat it?
I never beat it.
It's my favorite game of all time.
I never. Oh really?
Yeah, but
All
I
time.
it is probably gonna change when Deltarune finishes.
Okay.
But I say I won't finish yet
Mm-hmm.
because I
Why don't we just?
don't want to round it out
finish
yet.
off all the stuff.
No,
What do you mean?
Because if we finish it
Well,
all,
like, that's what I look forward to.
No, I know, but like it's just gonna like we're gonna waste a whole week.
no, it's fine. Listen, I
Yeah,
gotta
we
get
have
back to
more
Zelda
time
here.
to think about
I have
it
stuff
too.
to say.
I
I have
know.
stuff to say. All right, back to Zelda.
hmm
It is such a inconsistent franchise,
Right.
and the stuff that it did better was good, but that doesn't make up for the lack of consistency and how it just has gotten bogged down with always being the same way. And I also like it tried to make lore, but it just fell flat because they started like after really Twilight Princess was when they were like, okay, now we're gonna start giving this game a story.
hmm
But they had to be like, oh, there's like every game has a different link from a different timeline. It doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yeah. The lore is really contrived. I think.
They were finding an
It's-
excuse to make.
I think I
story.
like that about Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, because it's the same link.
It's its own story.
It's the same link, but like just has different like abilities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because obviously, have you played anything about Tears of the Kingdom or done anything with
No.
Tears of the Kingdom?
No, I was gonna say earlier. My experience with Breath of the Wild is pretty much besides Ocarina of Time. I play that, of course,
I want to.
Really?
but I have. I've played it all the way through.
Louise.
I'm exactly Luke's stereotype that he hates.
Well,
Can
no,
we beat 'em
because because for me, I hate the people who are like Ocarina of Time is the best game of all time, and nothing comes even close.
I don't
B
believe that.
tier.
My experience with Ocarina of Time and my little bit of experience with Breath of the Wild is pretty much where my entire experience with Zelda caps. I don't have a lot of
I mostly
experience.
put this one on here to rant and was trying not to hint at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's B tier. It's worse than every single other game put on this list. Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild are some
Wow.
of the greatest games ever.
Out of
made.
all 24
but-
games, the
Mhm.
worst. That is. Well, it's
And
also
B-
a franchise.
And also in B tier, that's not even that bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And we are
B
talking
tier
But
for,
about.
like,
it's
the
in
worst-
franchise. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
it's broken. It's everything. It just falls apart, and it's becoming fixed. And I'm really hyped to see what it's gonna do next. But I'm also a bit concerned because I don't know how you can do something that's better than what they just did.
Yeah.
Like they literally have just like capped the game. So if they try to do something better, it's gonna feel stale and like
Mm-hmm.
another big open world game. So oh yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
The sky above the sky and the depths below the depths. It's really good, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that you threw a little plot twist at us with the B tier ranking.
Yes.
So
I kind of knew he was going to.
I'm gonna agree with you, not only because I feel like undermining that plot twist would be a jerk
maybe.
thing.
Yeah.
But Hunter, what is your opinion on this?
Because you have some experience too. You played both Breath and Tears.
Right.
And have you played any of the older ones?
I haven't played Majora's Mask, but I have seen a lot of videos about Majora's Mask.
See, which is also a problem because you've played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
that's your main experience with the
fantastic
franchise.
games.
Yeah, that's your main experience with
I've
the
also
franchise.
I've also played Ocarina of Time.
Oh, come on!
Honestly,
Luke
it's not,
hates.
no, honestly, it's not.
I played it too. It was a good game.
Luke hates people that have played Ocarina of Time.
Okay, I don't hate people who play Ocarina.
I'm not
because I played
saying it's
Ocarina.
great. It's good. It's not the greatest game in the entire franchise. I mean, it's good, but I don't get people like.
And they have
It's
improved.
hands down the greatest game in the entire. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
Game
It's
explained
obviously it's so not even close to the greatest game in the franchise. Majora's Mask, Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, not that good, not that horrible.
It's at least better than Skyward Sword, but that's okay.
Okay.
So B tier.
B tier.
Yes.
Okay. You agree with that, Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
also, it's not that I hate people who play Ocarina of Time. It's that I hate people who say it's the greatest.
Yeah.
Game Explained put it at number 2, by the way. It was right under Minecraft. Breath of the Wild wasn't even on the list, and it was out by then.
what'd you say was right below Minecraft?
Ocarina.
Oh.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's a good game. It's just not. I mean, it's a good series, but it's broken, and it's just doesn't interest me anymore.
Yeah. It's another kind of good thing we didn't rank Black Ops Zombies as a franchise. It's kind of like a franchise thing where it has its lows and its high highs, and it's just.
I wanted to rank the franchise
I
because of that
think
reason.
if we did Call of Duty, like Black Ops or like the zombies, just all of the zombies in total as a franchise,
It would
I
still be
think-
pretty high, in my
I
opinion.
think it would probably be a high B.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we did all of them, because like obviously, as I said earlier, like really good games like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1, World at War, Zombies.
Oh yeah.
I also like Infinite Warfare Zombies.
Okay.
I like
Infinite Warfare is a
The
picky
game?
game.
The beginning.
Yeah.
Multiplayer. Kind of bad. Advanced Warfare, that Zombies was Exo Zombies was okay. I guess which was Advanced Warfare Zombies.
All right. Well,
Oh yeah.
I hate.
I guess we can do one more. I have more to say, but
I
I
don't know
want.
what you want to do, but I really want to do Bendy.
Oh yeah, we want to round off with one that we know is going to be good. Unless you have something to say about this, Austin.
You can okay.
I
Austin.
don't have anything to say. It's just that I don't know anything.
We all
about
finish
it.
off-
Okay, then me and Hunter will join
We
this
all
one.
finish off
Okay.
on our own
And-
our one of our games. He finishes off on Zelda. You finish off on whatever game you want to do. I'll finish off on Bendy.
Okay, finish off on Bendy.
This is a joint because I actually wouldn't have really done anything about Bendy if it weren't for this guy over here.
Save Bendy.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter showed me Jacksepticeye's playthrough of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I was like, wow, this is a really good game.
I love it so.
And Dark Survival's even better.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it.
Okay.
I've played both of them and beat them both.
Hunter played
It's-
both of them.
Are they hard games?
I wish that he would have streamed them. I asked him about
I
that.
can stream them.
Yeah,
Today.
but
I can
wanted to
stream them
see
tonight.
your initial reaction.
When I first played that, when I first
You
played
streamed it
Bendy.
the first time you played Dark Survival?
Oh no, I was on PC. I couldn't stream it.
Oh.
I didn't have OBS and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Still though, I wish I could have seen that because
Anyways,
you were
what are
just
we-
talking about all the jump scares and everything.
Are we doing
Yeah.
Bendy first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're
I didn't know. If, I
talking
didn't
about
know.
it.
I didn't know if we were just talking about
No.
like talking.
No,
about
go.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
So much. Okay, so Bendy, one of my all-time favorite games ever. Honestly, I
Mhm.
remember me and my old friend. I remember this was in middle school when I used to talk. Bendy and the Ink Machine, Chapter 1. Does it bring back memory? I'm gonna talk about every single chapter.
No,
No, not.
I'll go around collecting stuff on the map.
Okay.
It's like you put it into like the pedestal. You find the ink machine. It goes. You bring it up. You put. Well, if we're talking about the newer one, you get batteries. You put in chapter
Let's
2.
Speed it up a bit.
You go down the stairs. You find Sammy Lawrence as you're going through the ink. You go, what the is that? Who is that guy? And then you wake up
Okay,
and
but
you're.
why is the game good?
Yes, that is what
You
we
get
did.
you get tied to a chair, and it goes sleep, sleep, sleep. It's time for sleep. Sheep.
You're making it harder for me
What is
to
happening
understand
right
this
now?
game.
I've seen the game and I have no clue what
I
you're
can't
talking
remember.
about.
I can't remember what he says, but anyways, and then you find Bendy. This is the first time you actually see Bendy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
you actually
Yes.
wake up. And then chapter 3, you basically do a whole bunch of side quests. The
Oh, yeah, I
entirety
remember
of
that.
chapter 3 is side quest, side quest, side quest. We're not.
Okay, chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
I've seen chapter 4, by the way. Wait, oh yeah, I have.
Chapter 4, saved by the good Alice Angel and Boris the Wolf, but his name is actually Tom. Important to the story because he dies again.
Okay.
Makes sense.
After he tries to kill you, Tom saves your life for a second time. And you hear Bendy behind you, and you go,
Mm-hmm.
and then the things flash on him and goes the end. Inside of Joey Drew Studios. I don't remember much about that part, and then you find Joey Drew.
Who is Joey Drew?
Very good.
Choo-choo train.
Very nice.
He's playing with his little choo-choo train.
Okay.
And,
Right.
And the choo-choo
I'm trying to
train
understand.
explodes.
I'm
And you
concentrating
walk
here.
up to him, you have this power that like kind of like hurt. And he walks and he runs away from you, and then every time you see him, he runs away from you. Which I also like one part where I'm skimming through this a little bit because I know you guys.
Please do.
This is the skimming version.
This is the skimming
Abridged.
version. You meet him again, but didn't understand how the boss fight worked when I first played it, and then I realized, this is how you do it. I can't really remember how to explain it to you because like it's difficult to remember since I haven't played.
Oh dang it! I really wanted to hear about.
Anyways, you beat him, right? You beat him. You get through the part.
Never
Joey
mind, I'm
Drew
not
is your
interested
father in
anymore.
this game.
Oh
So basically,
gosh.
Bendy.
is.
Okay, just keep going. Just keep going, Hunter. No,
Just
you're
know your
you're
stupid
thi-
game.
No.
you're this far. Just keep going.
I put this game in.
It's a good bit.
No.
It's great. It's
a good bit.
great.
No, you're
Just
fine.
keep
No,
going.
stop.
We're not making fun of you. We're sorry. No.
Continue where
Stop
you
being
continue
nice.
where you
Go on,
left
go on,
off.
go on.
It's like I know you're in there, daughter, and he just kind of like takes control, crushes his bones, just like
Oh.
crushes him like that,
My
and
goodness.
just beep, puts him in the ink, and just kills him. That helped you. And then this one flash thing that makes you go.
Flash thing.
Mm.
Yeah, you flash people.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Throughout the game, you beat the game and you kill Bendy again. The last time.
Uh-huh.
You're in the studio where you started off at, or the
Mhm.
place you started off at, and little Bendy's just right there. He's like,
Okay.
"Hello, friend," and then yeah, basically the end of the game.
Holy
Wonderful.
crap, Hunter!
So
S tier, S tier game.
Oh my
S
gosh!
tier series.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Welcome back to reality. Here's the thing. This game is good, and I know this is like Hunter's favorite thing ever, and I say S tier because I've actually seen the game, and it's
Okay.
phenomenal. It's actually like one of the best horror games out there. It's really
I'm
stylized.
not really good at like putting
No, it's okay.
summarizing.
Are you
it all.
found
No, it is. It's just you've been great. All the other games you talked about was great. It's just you're so passionate about this one
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
that you're just
It's-
talking.
I couldn't talk that long.
I
about
can't
Belford.
summarize the game at all.
Okay, so obviously majority opinion. I
S
have
tier.
no opinion on this game. I'm neutral. Never played it.
Probably
Don't know.
lowest in S tier, but S tier nonetheless.
I
Okay.
think it's the highest in S tier. I don't like any game that think this.
I don't. Well, I also don't have an opinion. So I guess we're
I guess I'll accept the lowest in S tier as long as it's an S tier.
okay.
Not below Toby Fox, or not above Toby Fox.
It is an
Is
S
it?
tier.
I said it's lowest
It's
in S
Make
it's
it
tier.
a
lowest
list.
in S tier. This is our list.
Nice. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, Zelda.
There
All right,
you go,
this is
Hunter.
our list for the end of the episode, right?
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
have-
do a little recap here.
Alright.
For all of the listeners who are so confused out of their minds right now, they don't even know what's going on.
Unless they were taking notes. You
Yeah.
were taking notes, right?
You were taking
Yeah,
notes,
you're taking
everybody.
notes about this? Actually, this was an entire assignment.
You guys-
If you
I-
don't remember.
we have
I-
a test actually. Next episode is going to be an entire
I want
test.
an entire paragraph about everything Hunter just explained as your homework. Everybody listening, okay?
Also, we edited
It's hard
a
to
lot of that
explain,
out,
all
by
I
the
can-
way.
All
Yeah,
I hear is you two like.
yeah. Anyways,
We edited in an ornament. amount
yes,
of
it's
stuff
going
out
to
of
be a
that.
great bit, but right now we listened to all of it, so it's yeah. I'm
But
sorry,
I'm gonna
Hunter.
go home and like watch everything about Bendy now because I'm so intrigued.
I can stream
So
the
you've
first
won. You've won.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So here is our final tier list for part 1. Okay, here it is. FNAF at the very top as of right now, anyways. Toby
Sure,
Fox. Yeah, it's Toby Fox right below him.
Mhm.
Then Bendy and the Ink Machine
And Dark Revival.
and Dark Revival in that round.
That's a pretty clean S tier, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that rounds off the S tier for this episode. And Red Dead Redemption 2 right below Cuphead. We got Elden Ring below that. Dark Souls below Elden Ring. GTA 5 below Dark Souls. Black Ops 3 Zombies below GTA 5, Rainbow Six Siege below that, and our only B tier participant or occupant, I should say,
Occupants.
is the entirety of the Legend of Zelda franchise. And I was going to talk about, I'm not going to say which game it is yet, I want it to be a surprise, but I'm very passionate about that one, so I'll save it for the next episode. Yes. And yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna want to listen to us now. Now that we talked about video games for 2 hours.
Yeah, that was a bit of my fault.
intro.
It was a very very good first episode. I
Yeah.
We're
think.
done.
And we're gonna trim a lot of it down. It's probably gonna end up being more of an hour.
No, it's not done recording.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably more of an hour 30-minute episode if you trim stuff down.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put too much editing on you, but like.
So far we're at an hour and 45.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
we
bad.
can trim that down to
Yeah.
a solid hour 30, hour
Yeah.
35.
Another thing we didn't talk about is what we're actually gonna say as our outro.
Oh.
This is generally the part, and it's probably gonna be edited like this, so the viewers will know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
This is generally the part where the outro music starts playing under our voices
Okay.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
And I'll also say, the energy, I'm sensing the energy. This is probably going to be more in the next episodes, but it's kind of just like chill. So
Uh-huh.
it's not going to be something like, we'll see you there. And
Yeah.
it'll be something probably more just like chill and mellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel bad for future Austin having to edit.
I also
Yeah.
feel bad for me.
I also
um,
feel bad for
I'm so
me.
excited
Yes.
this is on Spotify while I'm doing my school.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, so I think for our outro, I was kind of thinking about it. Totally not when Hunter was going on his rant. This whole episode is just us dogging on Hunter.
And I feel bad, like,
He's
unless
out.
something insane happens.
Yes. Are you guys ready?
Alright, so
3, 2, 1. Peace
Peace
out,
out,
media
media
junkies.